Next game, Tulane taking on Houston Friday night. And that will be a 7 o'clock Eastern kickoff on September 30th. Houston's minus 2.5, totals 55 and a hook. Now, the Cougs of Houston, they lost 2 out of their last 3. They're actually just 1-3 against the spread overall for the year. Now, this Houston defense, they have struggled. They definitely have struggled slowing down the pass. They're 122nd in pass defense. They're allowing 36 points a game. Now, Tulane, on the other side of things, they're scoring 34 points a game themselves. They've gone 3-1 straight up on the year, and they covered the number 3 times during that stretch. They actually had a big win over Kansas State, 17-10. And on the other side of the football, defensively, the Green Wave, they've been tough there too. They're allowing only 11 points a game. And they're in the top 5 in total yards allowed per contest. Dorian Williams, he has 26 tackles on the year, 1 interception. When it comes to the number, Houston's 4-0 to the over for the entire season. I'm going to go ahead and lean toward Tulane plus 2.5, over 55 and a hook. Next game, UTSA, Middle Tennessee, 7:30 p.m. East. UTSA's minus 4.5, total 61 and a hook. Now, Texas San Antonio, they did go 0-2 against the spread in their last 2 straight. They allowed 65 total points combined during that span. This UTSA defense, they're 120th in rush defense. They're allowing over 210 yards a game on the ground. Meanwhile, Middle Tennessee, on the other side of things, they've scored 43 points a game on average in their last 3 outings. Actually had a big win this past week over the Miami Hurricanes, 45-31. Now, the Blue Raiders, they're currently on a 3-game winning streak, and they successfully covered the point spread in all 3 of those victories. Now, total-wise, Middle Tennessee's 2-0 to the over in their last couple of games. UTSA's 4-0 to the over for the whole year. I'm going to lean toward Middle Tennessee State plus 4.5, over 61 and a hook. Next game, San Diego State, Boise, 8 o'clock East. Boise's 5.5, total 41. Both teams are 2-2 on the year, 1-3 against the spread. But it's this Boise defense who's allowing just 159 passing yards per game. They're in the top 15 in the country in pass defense. DJ Schramm, he has 33 tackles. That leads the team. They're taking on a San Diego State offensive unit who's throwing for only 73 yards a game. They're actually second to last in the NCAA in passing yards per contest. Now, total-wise, the Aztecs went 3-0 to the under in their last 3 straight. Boise is 3-1 to the under for the whole year. I'm going to lean toward the Boise State Broncos, minus 5.5, under 41. Next game, Washington, UCLA, 10:30 p.m. East. Washington's 2.5, total 65. The Huskies are undefeated on the year, 4-0 against the spread. Covers and wins against the likes of Stanford and Michigan State. Now, these guys currently have the number 1 pass offense in the country. Michael Penix, he's throwing for 347 yards per game. 12 touchdowns, 1 interception, no sacks. The big hog mollies up front doing a great job of protecting Penix. Now, Washington has 3 receivers with over 250 yards apiece. UCLA, on the other side, they failed to cover in 2 out of their last 3. Failures to cover against the likes of South Alabama and Alcorn State. They actually only beat South Alabama 32-31. It was a 1-point game. Really struggled defensively. They were actually laying 16 points in that game. Now, 3 out of UCLA's last 4 did get over the line. Washington's 4-0 to the over for the entire year. I'm going to lean toward the Huskies, minus 2.5, over 65. Next game, New Mexico, UNLV, 11 o'clock East. Nevada, Las Vegas, they are minus 16, totals 45.5. Now, the Rebels of UNLV, they are a perfect 4-0 against the spread this year. Covers over the likes of Cal, North Texas, and Utah State. Meanwhile, offensively, they are scoring 40 points a game. Aiden Robbins, he's averaging over 105 rush yards per contest, 7 rushing touchdowns. Meanwhile, on the other side of the football, defensively, the Rebels have themselves a top 30 rush defense. Now, New Mexico, on the other side, they're 101st in rushing offense. They're also throwing for only 106 yards a game, really struggling with the ball in their hands. When it comes to the total, no real surprise here. 3 out of New Mexico's last 4 fell under the number. UNLV saw 2 out of their last 3 fall under the line as well. I'm going to lean toward UNLV minus 16 and the under 45.5 in the tight window.